Shalom.
Shalom, once again. Giving all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash.
So let's see how I want to start this. Well, let's get to the current events. Everybody's been talking about the deportations that's been taking place and things of that sort. And people are comparing it to like death camps or like work camps. Shoot, I even heard some lady, secretary of something state, whatever. I forget her name exactly. She was talking about how, well, since the agricultural workers are depleted because they deported everybody, they're talking about getting people that are on Medicaid that have able bodies to go out there in the fields and work. They really said that. So they said that they're shifting their focus towards automation and having an American workforce. But the thing is, Americans don't want to do that type of work.
Yeah, you can't pay enough. Because the amount that an American will want like $30 an hour to do shit like that. So you still lose either way. That doesn't even sound sustainable.
Okay, Amos 5 and 24.
This is Amos 5 and 24. It says, "But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Chiwin, Molech, and Chiwin, your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves."
Yeah. So it seems as though in this world that we live in currently, everybody's just out for self, doing their own thing, having their own little situation. But the answer really is unity, like us coming together as a people. But the thing is, that's only going to take place in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be the end all be all for us as a people. So we wonder why we can't advance in this society, why we always have to worry about being oppressed, why we can't advance as a people, even morally, or, spiritually. Well, it's because we're not speaking the same thing. We're not on the same page. And it's the same thing with relationships. Like, how is a relationship going to work if y'all aren't on the same page? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why everything's situational right now. Everything's divided. People just have their situation going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to be around like-minded people. You don't want to be around ignorant people because there's really nothing you can say or do with ignorant people, especially if you're not in their frequency. So, all this knowledge that we kicking about current events, let's be real. Who's really talking about this type of stuff?
This is really all I've been hearing, even like people in the world, about like how like you have people that are American citizens who was born here, but they're just getting rounded up with, say, the migrants, and they just like, we'll figure it out later. Just lock everybody we got up, and we'll deal with it down the line.
But this type of stuff that we see going on with the government,
this is some unconstitutional
it's
shit.
Unconstitutional. It's madness.
Right.
So really, there should be like a revolution.
You would think so.
That's what the founding fathers said, didn't it? When they said when the government gets out of hands, then the power falls into the hands of the people. So what's up with y'all? What y'all gonna do?
Say if you was just outside, you was at Home Depot one day, you was about to go run in, pick something up. If you was out there with, say, the illegal immigrants out there, and they just happen to round you up, they're gonna lock your ass up just for being out there.
If you look like them too.
Especially if you look like them. And their mindset is like, just round them all up, and we'll figure it out later.
And I know this has been the saying going around lately, how 10 tribes of the Northern Kingdom, they'll catch it worse. It's like just how it was when they was first led into captivity with the Assyrians, and then decades later, Southern Kingdom fell to the Babylonians, right? So it's like that today, really. You know, first you seen how the Latinos is catching hell, they getting deported. Man, do you know that with the Haitians, they they're gonna get rid of their ability to be here in the states?
Yeah, I heard.
I heard come September,
Mm.
and you really can't tell the difference between a Haitian and let's say a so-called Black American or Jamaican. Sometimes you could pass as one.
Right.
They be saying that shit about me.
Me too.
So, you know, maybe that'll be like their gateway to start getting down on like, you know, Negroes. Running down on them.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be
People,
on
oh, you
point.
Haitian? You look Haitian? Nah, you ever put you in that fucking, what's that camp down there in Florida? Alligator Alcatraz?
Mm.
Let's talk about that. Like, what's constitutional about that?
You're gonna have to keep your head on a swivel in these days. Like, as you just minding your business and motherfuckers hop out a truck trying to round people up.
With mask on.
You just gonna have to run. Like, you can't sit there and see like what's going on. You gotta get the fuck on. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta produce something. Point is the third verse, but I'll start at the top. This is Proverbs 22:1. It says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
A good name. So having that reputation, I mean, your name is your name. Remember Marlo said that?
Yeah. He take you wherever you go. You know.
Marlo from The Wire. Even the Most High said that. He said, I am. Because Moses asked what his name was.
Mm.
He said, I am. Which translates to he is. So
Right.
Yahweh.
Right.
Because the name of a person is important. It carries weight. You know what I'm saying?
What's that called? Omen nomen? Where you like live up to your name? What's that called? Something like
That's
that.
what that means. Yeah, omen, nomen. Which it can be good or it can be bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I found out? This is years ago. You know Carmelo Anthony?
Mm.
His name, Carmelo, means garden something. Where did he play?
That's Swear Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the omen nomen.
Right.
It was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? A young man from Brooklyn, or however you look at it, he'd be saying he's from like Baltimore.
Yeah.
So, you know, not many people can say that they make it to the NBA, and he did it. And he played in the Madison Square Garden for the Knicks. So that's an example of omen nomen.
Mm.
What's another example of omen nomen?
I don't really know. Can't think of nothing off the top.
Can't come to me right now. Continue on.
Proverbs 22:1. So the good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Your love and favor rather than silver and gold, because money isn't everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not about the business you do, it's about who you do it with. What you gotta do to get that money, you know what I'm saying? Because we can all chase after riches and do whatever we gotta do to get rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it means going the legal route or the illegal route. But there's no telling where you'll end up. Well, really there is a telling if you're going the illegal route, because they say there's only one or two things that can happen to you, death or jail. You see what happened to cats in the 80s and the 90s when crack was a gold mine, that era. We've seen how that did a number on the black community.
Right. Imagine getting locked up in the 80s. You're still serving time to this day.
And then,
For me to death.
and then following that was what? Mass incarceration.
Yeah. It was all done strategically.
Yeah, because they wanted to fill up their prisons. They knew that it was going to be an investment in the future. You know what? You know what I found out? Now they're saying that they're concerned about the population of prisons because it's going down. People aren't committing as much crime these days. Because why? There's cameras everywhere, social media, everybody got a cell phone.
The risk really ain't worth the reward.
So if you commit a crime, you're most likely not going to get away with it.
You're not getting away with it. It's impossible to get away with crime.
So the elites are worried about the population declining in these prisons. So what? Now, maybe that's part of the agenda. Maybe that's the reason why they want to round up immigrants and put them in these camps, these prisons. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to use their labor. And then there's no way you can constitute or substitute the labor that these illegal immigrants or immigrants in general, maybe they're not illegal. There's no way you can replace what they do and the type of work that they do. You know what I'm saying? That saying, you work like a Mexican, is a saying for a reason. They do the type of shit that the American doesn't want to do. You know
Not
what
at
I'm
that
saying?
pay rate.
And they look at it like this. Well, if I'm in Mexico and the pay rate per hour is maybe $3 or less, I come over here to the States and it's $7 or $18. Shoot, that's a win. That's how they look at it. They're just looking at steady income. They're not really looking at the work that they're doing. They just want that steady income. Whereas Americans, I mean, lazy comes to mind, spoiled. You know what I'm saying? That's the American mindset. And that's even how the other nations look at Americans, as spoiled and gluttonous.
I'm gonna read this real quick. This is in. Oh. Okay. So, in Mexico, the hourly minimum wage is $31.12, but this is in pesos, Mexican money. It says for most of the country and Mexican, $46.86 for the northern border free zone. This translates to roughly US $1.85 and US $2.79 respectively when converted to US dollars.
How much?
$2.
Okay.
So imagine the hourly wage you're making in Mexico is $2. You would come to America and make 9, 10.
Yeah, that's an upgrade to them.
Exactly.
But they don't realize that when you come here, everything's more expensive. So then that's when you got 15 niggas living in one house.
Right.
I've even heard stories about that. I was around people in my day-to-day life, Haitians. They was like, yeah, man, when we first came here, there was like 10 of us. And they look at it like a sacrifice. Like, yo, so what we gotta do to get ahead in advance.
Right. I guess they look at it like this situation we're in is better than the situation we came from.
And they trying to stack up money. And then remember when the government was giving all these migrants all this free stuff, free money, card with money on it so they could get food? You notice how they took all that away now that Trump's in office. So it's like good cop, bad cop with the Democrats. The Democrats, they let them flood into here, they give them all this stuff, and the Republicans come in and they take it away.
This was
And they'd be
strategic, though.
Yeah, it is. And they're like, you see what the last administration did?
Right.
This is on them. And then, Trump's trying to play the savior.
Exactly. Proverbs 22:2. It says, the rich and poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. It says, by humility and the fear of the Lord Yahweh are riches and honor and life.
Yeah. So that's true riches and honor. Like it said, just putting the Most High first, because you're gonna get all that anyway. If you just chase after riches in this world, in this society, you're gonna realize how jaded it is, how fickle people are. You know what I'm saying? People want to play the gatekeeper role. They're like, well, can you get down with me? You do what I tell you to do. I'll allow you to have this. And it's the same thing with these celebrities and these athletes. And when they get their endorsement deals, you think they can speak about what's going on over there in the Middle East, that type of stuff? Talking about free this, free that. You know what I'm saying? No. The elites will pull them to the side, or the small hats, because they run everything. They'll put hey, cut that out. Right. Or else. You know what I'm saying? So once you make it to a certain level, you gotta worry about gatekeepers and people trying to control you. Right? Whereas if you just live freely, according to how the Most High instructs you to live, then it's just much more longevity and it's more sustainable. Because Most High, he doesn't ask much of us. Like the instructions from the Bible is simple. You know what I'm saying? If we was all living by that as a people, the world would be a much better place. That's facts.
Right. But that's the thing here in America. Everything is a give and take. There's nothing. You can't have anything the way you want it. So you gotta just sacrifice way too much here, and what people are starting to realize, the sacrifice now is not even worth it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Was it though? Was it ever worth it? I mean,
I mean, in retro, like with the understanding we have, we know it's not. But I mean, just the average person in the world, it's like you working so hard to accomplish what in the times we're living in now. Things are just too hard now compared to say 30 years ago.
shit, even 10 or 20 years old.
And it's only getting worse. This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. It says, I know both how to be abased and I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things. I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Yahushua, which strengtheneth me.
So what Apostle Paul said was, he knows that life has its highs and its lows.
But
So
all,
whatever status you're on, you gotta have that strength to endure. And don't get, big-headed. Don't get arrogant when you're at a high level, because there's nothing to the Most High that just humble you and put you down. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It happens all the time. People fall from grace all the time.
You could count on it, like for the most part. Especially like these celebrities. It's like they, they're saying they build you up just to tear you down. But that's how it goes here in America. This is Ecclesiastes 2 and 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Yeah, and that's the mindset that we have to have in this kingdom that we're living in. Because every day it's something. You might be going through something one day, and then the next day is something totally different. Even weeks change, months change. You know what I'm saying? 6 months might go by, you reflect how you was where you was at before. You're like, yo, I'm in a different space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was meditating on this because I know, speaking for us, we already made up our minds. Like, we're not taking that, to see him. So we're going to have to suffer here because we're not going to be able to just go into the grocery store or to restaurants and just get food and do what we want like we could do now. So we're going to have to put all our faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah.
And not any damn politicians, I'll tell you that. Let's talk about the Epstein list. You heard about that and how
Right.
first it exists, now it doesn't exist.
Right.
Which one is it?
Then when it was released, there was like a document, fucking hella pages. It's like nobody's really going to sift through this shit. All these pages. This is I'm reading it again. Ecclesiastes 2 and 4. It says, whosoever is brought upon, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Be patient when you're changed to a low estate. Because it happens to the best of us.
All of us. Ain't nobody riding the high all the time. It's like a roller coaster. There's ups and there's downs. That's where anybody.
I mean, you got some people that do overwhelmingly or majority good in life. They're prosperous and they're wealthy. But you can still look for the bad too.
It don't mean shit. Money, just because you got money don't mean you ain't suffering.
Yeah. It's really a mindset.
Yeah.
It's where you're at mentally.
Exactly.
Because you could live in the most extravagant house. I don't care how many square feet it is. But you can still be unhappy. You can still be miserable. Think about that.
Especially depending on how you even got the money to afford these things. You probably don't even sleep good at night.
Yeah, that part. Or you could be a celebrity and you gotta walk around with security everywhere. You gotta pay the security, so that's even more of an expense that comes out your budget. You know what I mean? So being rich comes with its own set of problems.
Ecclesiasticus 2 and 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yes, gold is tried in the fire. Because how do you get rid of the impurities within jewelry or gold? You gotta burn it, put it through that fire. Make it so that it's malleable. You can shape it to the way that you want it to be. It's like no different with like us, like people, the Israelites. You know what I mean? Like the Most High, He brought us low He humbled us so that we can figure out a way back to Him. With His help, though, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then we come to the realization that there's nothing good in this life. There's nothing we really want out of this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll trade everything we got in this world for the kingdom of heaven.
Right. It says, for gold, the fifth verse again. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him.
Believe and trust in the Most High. Especially in the times that we about to enter into, because it's about to get worse, man.
Right.
Like, we about to enter into Jacob's trouble.
Really ain't seen nothing yet.
It could happen this year, later, it could be next year. We don't really know for sure. We're not gonna get into dates. But what we do know is that according to the signs, these are the last days. So it's like either you get right or you get left.
It says, believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe Him, and your reward shall not fail.
The reward is the kingdom of heaven, salvation, getting a spot up on the chariot, getting beamed up from the destruction of the missiles. It's like, I want that for myself.
Right.
I'm sure you want the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you talk like this to somebody who's ignorant, they'll be like, yo, this guy's crazy.
Right.
He's bugged out. What's he talking about?
Because they don't really understand their reality. They don't understand the world around them. And that's what the scriptures give you. Like really, like what do they call it? NPCs? If you're not in the faith, you're an NPC. Because you have no idea about the world around you. Last verse. It says, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. So,
I got a scripture. Mark 11:24. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. So, it's like, you know how people take things upon themselves to do what they want in this world? But in all actuality, what you have, what you're allotted to have, is because the Most High gave it to you. He put you in that position to have it. And that's why people play that comparison game. And like, yo, why is this person in this position? Why can't I be in that position? You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, it's because time and chance happens to everybody. So if you want something out of life, it may not happen on your time frame or when you want it to happen, but it'll happen on the Most High's time.
if it's meant for you to have it, you're going to have it.
Exactly.
If it's not meant for you to have it, you won't have it. All right, precept.
But the thing about it is, when you look at the big picture, it's like us as the Israelites, us as a people, it's like we're gonna be living so much better than what we are now in the kingdom of heaven in the future.
Right.
So it's like the things that we want in this world, we might as well just forget about it.
Sure,
'Cause we're gonna have so much more in the kingdom. We're gonna have what we want and then some. You praying for some money, you praying for your house, you praying for a family or a wife. You're never gonna have it the way you want it to be. It's never gonna be your way in this world.
Just for it all to get burnt up anyway. Like,
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. People have no understanding of the world around them and what's coming to, at their doorsteps. Like, if we're really right here and people have no idea. Like, America, the world is literally about to end. Like,
And you want it your way, you want things to be your way. It's not gonna be your way in Esau's kingdom.
ever.
It's not.
It's a futile attempt. You're only going to agitate yourself. Well, this is Ecclesiasticus 11:14. It says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Yeah.
Wisdom, knowledge and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from him. Error and darkness had their beginning together with sinners, and evil shall wax old with them that glory therein.
And evil shall wax what?
Evil shall wax old with them that glory therein. The gift of the Lord.
I mean, they're gonna die like that. They're gonna stay there.
The gift of the Lord remaineth with the godly, and his favor bringeth prosperity forever.
Yeah. So that's the contrary. You know, you do good in life, you'll get your reward later on. You know, it's like getting paid dividends. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this work. We, we hope that we'll be worthy of a reward down the line. Whereas, you know, you got people that they want what they want to have now. There's nothing they won't do to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's doing illegal stuff or even going to college, you know, taking out a loan, getting a worthless degree that's about to be replaced by AI. You know? So it's like we know that we have the truth and we have the answers. But the majority of the people, they're sleeping on us. They're sleeping on this knowledge.
Got a precept.
Yeah, I got one too. Since I said that.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 30. It says, the poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? And you see, like us, you know, we standing 10 toes down on this truth. Like, there's really nothing that's gonna sway us. You can't buy us or, you know, entice us with money. Because we know in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have 10 times whatever you're gonna be able to give us here. And that's the mindset. That's all a mindset thing. People here in America, they worship money too much. But that's because here in America, if you don't have it, you struggling. You suffering here. Living check to check. You're literally a victim in America, living check to check. Anywhere really, but
Yeah, that's why the thing is now, people are focusing on trying to escape America. You know, I'm hearing that the place to go is like Thailand. I like to call it Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah,
Thailand.
it's just funny when I say it like that. Thailand. Them girls do be having big thighs over there. They be all like short and stocky. But that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, Thailand. I've even heard of Vietnam. You ever heard about Vietnam?
Yeah. They say a lot of those, like the women and the men out there, they're Israelites. And I can see it because they got that look to them. Certain ones of them.
China. I heard this woman, she was talking about how she moved, she dropped everything she had in the U.S. and moved to China. And now she's basically living like, she's living like cheap.
Yeah.
Like she's getting nice things for a low price. I forget the exact number, but I mean, let's be honest. Like, depending on what state you live in the United States, you're gonna be paying like, yeah, like I was saying, depending on where you live in the United States, you're gonna be paying like $1,500 for a single room, $1,800, maybe $1,200. So it's like that's insane.
And it's like those bills are really just shackles. Like all these, like a home, or a lease, a vehicle, or, you know, finance a vehicle. These are all like just objects in your way. You'll never get to where you need to be with these objects in your way. All these things you're trying to attain here in America just for it to get burned up anyway.
Exactly.
You don't even got much longer to enjoy it.
So, like I said, it's just stressful trying to make it in America. I even heard this black woman. She's talking about how she was gonna take like a year-long vacation Or what's the word that she used? You ever heard of the word siesta?
No.
Siesta. Siesta. Which is basically, I got the definition. So siesta means an afternoon rest or nap, especially one taken during the hottest hours of the day in a hot climate.
They have that in other countries.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah.
She's talking about taking a year-long siesta, taking a break. But then it went from that to like, yo, you just gonna leave and not come back. They said that they're just gonna wing it. We're gonna leave. We're gonna figure it out because we know that we don't want to stay here. That's like the thing. Like people are starting to wake up.
Yeah, people are leaving America, going somewhere else without even having a plan. They like, yo, we'll figure it out when we get there.
And that's the type of shit I would do. But it's like I'm 10 toes down here because I got a mission. I'm on a mission. Like if it wasn't for this truth, like I really wouldn't have no reason to be in America.
Really nothing. This is really the only thing keeping us here. We found out long ago America is a trap. You got people that's been here, they in their fucking 50s and they still haven't figured it out. But that's because they have a home and all this shit. They was able to cash in before shit got too crazy, you know? People in their 70s.
Like you trying to make it now in this generation is totally different from what previous generations was up against and what they was facing. They had it easier compared to now.
Way easier.
Because math don't lie. 5% interest rates, 6% interest rates versus let's say like 1% or 2% interest rate.
Eggs is $8.
Talk about a house being like double what it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Right.
It's like, what are you supposed to do with that? Earn more? So what, you're going to fight against the grain of inflation? That's what you're going to do?
Right.
You're going to lose.
That shit is just gonna outpace you. That's really what it's doing. Inflation has outpaced Americans.
I heard that $100,000 a year is not the same as it was
Hell
a
no.
few years ago. So the equivalent of making 100,000 now is 124,000. So if you want to live that six-figure lifestyle, you got to make 124,000.
And it's not easy trying to just come up on another $24,000 a year.
That shows you how much the dollar lost its value.
Right.
And I also heard that when you look at the statistics, the dollar has lost 97% of its value since the inception of the Federal Reserve.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now we're down to like the last 3%.
I can see that. That makes sense.
The last 3%.
Because it's not real anyway. So it was all made up anyway.
Right.
It's not based in anything. It's just somebody said this is legal tender. This has value to it, and the world just accepts it. But that shit don't really mean nothing.
Yeah, the world accepts it for now.
Right, for now.
But combine that with how countries is trying to move away from the petrodollar. You know, they're looking towards de-dollarization.
They're going to have to accept something else in
Yeah.
the times to come. They're going to be begging for it.
Yeah, but that's like all part of the plan because America, it was a good
Yeah,
run.
had its run for sure.
It's a great run actually.
For sure. I enjoyed myself here and there, especially before I even knew the truth. But now this shit is over. Like I can see now. Like,
But all empires come to an end. You know, the average lifespan of an empire is 250 years. So next year, America's gonna be 250 years old.
it's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Be almost out of here. And it's really not hard to tell, but when you in the world, you can't see the fucking forest for the trees. Like you don't know what's going on. You really just live to just provide for you, and if you have a family, your family. Like that's really the only thing that people are concerned with these days. They're not concerned about their spirituality. You know, what's the point of all of this? What the world is coming to? Shit, where it's at. People are literally like, I don't want to say desensitized, because I know they could tell like this shit ain't right, but it's like what can we do, you know?
Since you said that, I got a scripture. 1 Corinthians 2:14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
Exactly. They don't have, like, they just think what we saying is just just noise.
I mean, people are just caught up in the matrix, caught up in this capitalist system. Working 40 hours a week, going to work every day. Trying to maintain their family, make sure their kids don't turn into demons, I guess.
Right.
But they don't have the proper instruction on how to go about life. Really, people are out here just winging it. And you see what society happens when you just let people do what they want to do. You get people that turn out to be degenerates out here in America. I was seeing how advanced technology-wise that China is, and in their airports they got like pods where you could just go in there and just relax when you have a layover on your flight. I'm thinking to myself, they would never be able to have that shit in America.
Yeah, the pods and the train stations, everything in China, that shit is spotless.
It's advanced and it's clean.
The floor looks so clean.
Yeah, everything's clean.
In America, you get on the LIRR or the subway, fucking filthy. You don't even want to be on there.
Exactly.
They got to post their seating and all of that in China.
You go into the bathroom over there in the subway, you might run into a fentanyl addict.
Right. You don't even want to be around that person. Just bad vibes. But this is Ephesians 2:1. It says, "And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in times past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. But God, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Yahushua. By grace ye are saved."
Yeah, by grace we are saved. Because if we were just solely judged by the Old Testament laws, then really none of us would make it. We will all be damned. So Yahushua was the one who brought that grace.
And if it wasn't by the mercies of the Lord, we still be in the world waiting to be destroyed.
Yeah. Because when he came onto the earth 2,000 years ago, it's no different from how it is now. People wasn't living right. Our people were living a Gentile lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to modern day times, same thing's going on.
It's even worse now, though.
Yeah, and it's even worse.
That was it on that.
I got a scripture, Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Verse 12, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering or wantonness, not in strife and envying. So when you come into this knowledge of the truth, you really get your life together.
Right.
It puts everything into perspective.
You heard that Clips album that came out?
I tried. I didn't like the production.
I like it. I was listening to an interview that they did, and Malice was talking about how when he gave up rap and what made him come back now, and he was like, when I found the Lord, I had to take some time to be by myself and get right. And honestly, throughout that whole interview, he sounded like, put a garment on him, but he sounded like he knew what was going on. He knew the scriptures.
Oh, he does. You know that song?
But it's all in the name of Jesus Christ, though.
Oh, that's what it is?
I mean, he doesn't know about Yahushua he might know about it, but he's walking in Jesus Christ.
Maybe he's dressing it up that way. Maybe he got like an IUIC thing going on.
I mean, I don't know.
Spirit.
He got the Jesus piece on and all that.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, iced out Jesus piece.
Never, he's finished.
So you know.
But they had a song. It's on the album.
The new album?
Yeah, Malice. You got the song?
I don't know.
You got the album pulled up?
So many. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, it's one of them songs. He said he's from the tribe of Judah.
about. Oh, yeah. I know you're
From the
talking
tribe
about.
of Judah.
Mhm. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, even in the interviews, like, I could tell, like, he knows what's going on, but it's all in the name of Jesus Christ, so it's worthless. He's still going to die. And I kind of like him.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, he seems like a man's man, like, you know. Throw a garment on him, get him right, you know. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he could come into the fold.
He don't have it all together though.
Yeah, he got his consolation, you know.
Like, everybody has their ways, and he got what he got.
Right. He got his portion of favor.
And it really, the scriptures say a rich man can't make it to the kingdom of heaven anyway.
Right.
So this is really only for the poor, humble, and meek.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Downtrodden. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 6. I'm reading the NLT. See how it reads. It says, "Yet when I am among mature believers, I do speak with words of wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom that belongs to this world or to the rulers of this world."
Yeah, because there's levels to this. You know?
Facts.
The Lord doesn't care about your worthless degree that you got from an institution.
You don't care about your soup kitchens, none of that. It says, "I do speak with words of wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom that belongs to this world or to the rulers of this world, who are soon forgotten.
Yep.
No, the wisdom we speak of is the mystery of God, his plan that was previously hidden, even though he made it for our ultimate glory before the world began."
Because Apostle Paul, he was always focused on the bigger picture, which was the kingdom of heaven. He's not concerned about how you build a boat. Like, let's go back to the ancient world.
Right.
Like, he doesn't care like, he's not going to write a letter on how you build a boat or how you plow land, how you farm and do agriculture. You know, the stuff that they was worried about back then.
Right.
Fast forward to today, nobody's worried about going to some institution, getting a certification on how to, like, work on cars. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, because, you know, that's what people are chasing. They chasing, you know, after, like, this worldly success, which they think comes with money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what we're focused on is the end-all be-all, the big picture, which is the kingdom. Because
Okay.
that's going to come with everything that we want anyway.
Right.
So forget this.
Yeah, fuck trying to chase money. We're yearning for the day where that shit is valueless. Like,
Hey,
hey,
y'all are chasing after breadcrumbs.
for real. Like, y'all chasing so hard for this money, and we can't wait for this shit to just be over with.
Like, just give us the world. That's what we want.
Right.
The world and everything in it. And that's what we're going to get.
Right. 1 Corinthians 2 and 8 in NLT. It says, "But the rulers of this world have not understood it. If they had, they would not have crucified our glorious Lord."
They would have never transgressed against Yahweh.
That-
Even the people, the Israelites.
Right. It says, "That is what the scriptures mean when they say, no eye has seen, nor ear has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him.
Yep.
But it was to us that God revealed these things by his Spirit. For his Spirit searcheth out everything and shows us God's deep secrets."
It's deep secrets.
That's
So
right.
this is like a secret. Like, it's only for a select few people, man. And that's just the way it is. You notice when anything goes mainstream, that's when it gets oversaturated and it gets undervalued. And it's like the same thing with music. When music goes mainstream, the quality of it goes down.
That's with anything, man. If you late to the party, that's how it goes usually.
Yeah, even with the stock market. You see what Bitcoin was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Look at it now. It's too late.
It's with anything. Like this truth is like, we really got in on the ground level, I feel like. Like imagine coming in just finding out about the truth in 2025. Like,
You late to the party.
for real, it's like you playing catch up. You ain't got no time to play around.
All right, the scripture. Zechariah 2 and 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon, because the Israelites are living in the land of Babylon, which is America, today. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory has he sent me unto the nations which spoil you, for he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. So the Israelites are the apple of the Lord's eye. And what have we sustained ever since we, were led into captivity through the transatlantic slave trade? We've had to endure nothing but pain and suffering and oppression, which was by the hand of our enemies, which the top enemy, as we all should know, is Esau, the Edomites. And so, for that alone, the Most High is going to make them pay. Touching the apple of his eye. Verse 9, for behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be expelled to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts has sent me.
Right. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 25. I'm reading the NLT. It says, this foolish plan of God is wiser than the wisest of human plans, and God's weakness is stronger than the greatest of human strength. Remember, dear brothers and sisters, that few of you were wise in the world's eyes, or powerful or wealthy, when God called you. Instead, God chose things the world considered foolish in order to shame those who think they are wise. And he chose things that were powerless to shame those who are powerful. So like say you like somebody who's dropped out of college, like high school, like our elder apostles, they got the greatest knowledge of the world in the world, 100% knowledge. But you take somebody that say has a master's degree and went to some prestigious college, the world will take what that person who went to college say word over our apostles just because of how they look and where they at socioeconomically. But the Lord, he uses the meek to confound, the wise. Unless like money isn't everything. Here we are, we have the greatest knowledge in the world, but we just regular people in the world. Not even trying to seek after riches. We're okay with just being regular.
Yeah, since you said that, this is Ecclesiasticus 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, you could break it down. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? Is he stumble? They will help him. They will help to overthrow him.
Yeah, because say us out here, we had jewelry on, we had 6-figure vehicles parked up. You think we'll just be out here just us two? We've been out here how long now? At least 2 years, 3 years? Ain't nobody come join the fold yet. It's just been us two. But if we had 6-figure vehicles, jewelry, all the nice clothes, people would at least stop to try and talk to us to see what we about. See they can get in on this.
Yeah, like if we had money, and people, institutions would be hiring us to speak at their seminars.
Right.
We'd be selling tickets like Dr. Umar or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If we was pushing that extravagant lifestyle of prosperity and money.
We'll have a mega church somewhere.
Yeah, but in all actuality, that's what we all pushing.
Right.
We are pushing a lifestyle of riches. It's not going to come on this side in this kingdom or when you want it to, but it's going to happen in the future in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's listening to us. So.
And that goes to show you that this faith isn't for everybody. It's for the chosen. It's for the elect. Because if you come into this thing and you just see us and we have the nice cars, clothes, jewelry, you wanted to get on this thing, man, you're not sincere. You're just a nigga. But us being meek and even the brothers, all around the world that's doing the work, us being meek, if you hear the message and what the men are saying, and it resonates with you, it's just because it has nothing to do with the person. It's all about the message. It's not about the messenger. It's all about the message.
Yeah, like when you first hear this truth, it's like the sleeping giant being awakened.
Right. It's like a hit to your gut. Like, oh my, like what did I just like?
It just resonates with your spirit.
Right. Like what did I just hear just now? Like,
And it hit you, but the moment you start speaking this knowledge to another person, it may not resonate with them.
we all know that feeling coming into the fold. Like when we first heard the truth, and then we wanted to tell everybody we knew, but they didn't receive it the way we received it when we first heard it. To them, it's just like, oh, okay, like that's nice. Like, but to us, it was like eye opening. Like,
And you know why?
because they're not of the chosen.
Because it's about the elect.
Right.
144,000 and the 1/3. So then, just the fact that you can even, adhere to this knowledge is a blessing. Because most people can't even get on the bowl. It's sad, but that's just the reality.
Right. Last verse. 1 Corinthians 2:10 in the NLT. It says, but it was to us that God revealed these things by his Spirit. For his Spirit searcheth out everything and shows us God's deep secrets.
I got a scripture. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. So the Most High is the one who's in control and puts people in power and puts people into position. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you saw, they're the basis of men. They're like the lowest scum on the earth. And it's not hard to tell. And yet, they're the ones who have power over the earth. They control governments, banking systems, agricultural systems, things of that sort, right? But it's like, what do we have? What do we have for ourselves? What do we control? We don't have no power.
Right.
At least for now. So that's why the tables are going to turn sooner rather than later. We're going to rise into power and be in a position of power. And rightfully so. Because when you look at this world, you just see how wicked it is. You don't even want no parts of this. You just ostracize yourself from society. Because you're the only one that you can trust. You can only have faith in yourself. You try to believe in this system or believe in people in this world, you're just going to end up disappointed.
Right.
Or they'll sell you down the line. But at least you won't sell yourself down the line. Remember Tony Montana said, who do I trust?
Me. That's who.
Right.
This is Proverbs 1:32 in the NLT. It says, for simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency, but all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear or harm.
Because there's always something, no matter how you try to cut it, there's always something you're going to have to worry about in this world.
Right.
Always something.
Shit. First of the month, every month. Because I remember I was having a conversation with somebody. I forgot who it was. But they was like talking to me like about this thing, like an article they read, and like how like people now, they're like really anxious compared to times of old. Because you got to think, like times of old, you lived off the land, you ate what you killed, what you hunt, and that was really your life. But here now in this setup in America, you got these bills that's reoccurring every single month that you got to keep up with. Versus, so it's like, this is how we have to survive now versus times of old, where we just live off the land. So imagine us having to work to obtain whatever we need in this world. That could be stressful, you know, because at least back in the days, if you didn't eat because you didn't kill nothing, you didn't catch nothing, and you only ate what you caught.
Yeah.
But now you have this.
Or you had a bad year with the agriculture.
Right. But
Because
now
the Most High told you to prepare for those times.
Exactly.
Remember with Joseph?
And now, the times that we're living in now, this is a stress that comes up every single month, like clockwork. You can count on it. So that's why people here, they're not really happy. Like, people are just trying to get by and just trying to do what we gotta do, because like, what we're gonna do, kill ourselves? But people really aren't happy.
Yeah, bro. That's why the new American dream is to live outside of America.
Right.
Because the vibration is different. Like, people aren't stressed out in other countries like how they are in America. Because here, all it is about working and hustling.
Right.
That's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to live like that.
You scraping and busting your ass just for your necessities.
And I mean just the basics.
Right.
It's like, what type of life is that to live? If you even want to call it living.
Right.
That's why people are emotionally unavailable. And they say that it's the same thing with women. Because you know how women, I mean, intrinsically, they want to date up. They want to have somebody, you know, a man of status.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these women, with them, they're stuck in survival mode.
Because they just want the easy life.
Yeah, they're stuck in survival mode because what? They're broke. They took out a student loan. All their money's going towards bills.
They got no man.
They have no man to help.
They're doing everything on their own, being strong and independent.
And that's part of the reason why relationships, you don't even really feel the love. It's really just all about what you can do for the person.
Right.
It's just transactional, like you said. So if you're a man of understanding like us, a man of status, a man of the Lord, then don't go out here in this world applying your mindset to these people that is just living in survival mode. Because to them, they just view you as an opportunity.
Right.
They view you as an ATM.
A means to an end.
Yeah. And that's how women look at men. Like, they just want money and sex, really.
And that's okay. Like, that's not something, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just the truth, and we accept that. It's just the truth.
It's just we not having it like that in the system. We not having it our way.
That's what I'm saying. We can never have nothing our way.
We're not doing it how we want to do it in America. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, it's transactional, that's fine. Like, the fair exchange, no robbery, though. It's like, if you're the only one shelling out, you ain't getting nothing out of it, then
Exactly.
what's the point of it? But if it's like fair exchange, no robbery.
So be that as it may, that's how women naturally are, and it's hard to live in America and make money and survive. Then it's like, what do we really have for ourselves?
Now throw social media in there. Throw that in there.
We don't have solid relationships. We don't have a good quality of life, work-life balance, right? What else don't we have? We don't have healthy food to eat.
Right.
What else?
Women. We don't have women.
Women.
Yeah, we have women, but it's just your turn. It's not really your woman because she's been with somebody before you. This is all things we get back in the kingdom.
So everybody's looking for something, trying to climb up the social economic ladder. But if you were to just simplify life, put things in its proper perspective, then this is how relationships will work. It's like we understand that we're in the hands of our oppressors. You know, we're in the land of our enemies. So there's strength in numbers. How about we come together, combine our increments? You have your money, I have my money. Anything that we decide to do for each other is just extra. Our bare basic necessities was met. I'm not placing high, impossible expectations on you, and you're not placing those expectations upon me.
Right.
Let's just work. Let's work it out. But no.
It's too much like right.
That is too much like right. The mindset is always trying to reach the top of the social economic ladder. It's never enough.
Right.
You give them everything and they still want more. That's why they say you can never satisfy them.
His and hers, Mercedes, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, like
shit that don't mean nothing.
They look at that stuff on the internet, they be like, why can't that be my life? I want that too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand the man I get might not be able to afford a Birkin, but I can't even get a Chanel.
And like there's no
Can't get a
loyalty.
Louis bag.
There's no loyalty in this generation. It's just about what you can do for someone. That's it.
That's the
So,
mindset.
so that means that they can be bought.
Yup.
The moment somebody comes that has more money than you or that's
Exactly.
richer than you,
She gone.
she's gone.
She's gone. That don't even mean she'll leave you. She'll still keep you on the side and deal with the other nigga.
Yup.
She'll have you for dick and the other nigga for money.
So you'll be the Monday nigga, and then the other guy would be the Thursday nigga.
Right. Again, these are the things we gotta deal with here in America.
So what's the point of even spoiling a woman, spending your last on a
It's
woman?
not worth it.
Because they're just opportunists anyway. They just want to use you.
Right.
Because the moment you don't got it no more, she's gone.
Don't expect no reciprocation.
You think she's gonna stick with you through the tough times? Don't expect that in this generation.
Women can't handle tough times, especially not these women. This is a John 10 and 26. Stay here in the NLT. Yeah, 26th verse.
We're gonna wrap it up soon.
All right. This is in red, so this is Yahweh Shai. It says, "But you don't believe me because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish. No one can snatch them away from me. For my Father has given them to me, and he is more powerful than anyone else. No one can snatch them from the Father's hand. The Father and I are one."
So the Most High and the Son Yahweh and Yahweh they're on the same accord. They speak the same thing. They got the same mindset. And going back to what I said earlier, it should really be the same thing in relationships with people, whether it be male or female. Like, if y'all aren't on the same page, then y'all can never really come together in harmony. Like, the goal has to remain the same. The big picture, it has to. Or else you're gonna find out somebody's not really with you when tough times arrive.
Yeah, like you said, people really are just trying to better their situation, even if that means getting over on someone else, especially a woman.
Yeah, that's just how they are naturally. At least in the kingdom, it's like, we know the essence of a woman, we know the nature of them. But at least we're gonna be having it, we're gonna have money.
And the women, they'll be in order.
Yeah, and they're gonna respect us.
Right.
They're not gonna talk back. We're
And
not
like-
gonna have to worry about them creeping on us with some other dude. And those two things alone is good.
And in the
Combine
kingdom,
that with being rich, they're not gonna have.
Yeah.
They're not gonna want for nothing or need for nothing.
yeah, a lot of what we deal with down here is just broke nigga problems, like
Word.
just being broke. In the kingdom of heaven, everybody gonna be in their right order. Like even us, like the men, like we're gonna have our new bodies. It's like, what woman is gonna deny this? Like, you deny us, she obviously ain't right. We're gonna really be spitting images of the Father and Son. Like, we're gonna be perfect.
You're gonna have spiritual power. You're gonna be able to control your body.
Full head of hair, perfectly in shape. Like, we're gonna be perfect. Full beards,
Perfect teeth.
right? No illnesses, no cancers,
Yup.
nothing. We're gonna be perfect. But you
don't wanna
motherfuckers
be
wanna stay
5'5" in the kingdom of heaven. That's a small thing.
here. Right.
You could easily make yourself 6'5". You know what I mean?
You motherfuckers wanna stay here though.
Right. Anything else on that before we
Nah, that
close?
was it. That was
Alright, so we're gonna wrap it up. Shalom.
Shalom.
Peace.